What if everything you see, your body, your world, even time itself, is nothing more than a prison? What if the true essence of who you are, your soul, is trapped, guarded by cosmic wardens who want to keep you blind, ignorant, and chained to illusion? In Gnostic mythology, these wardens are called the Archons, the jailers of the human soul. The Gnostic vision of reality. To the Gnostics, mystics and philosophers who lived in the first centuries of the Common Era, the world was not the perfect creation of a loving God. Instead, it was a trap, a flawed reality crafted to keep humanity from returning to its true divine source. They believed in two realms, the pleroma, the realm of light, spirit, and the true God, beyond human understanding. The kenoma, the realm of emptiness, matter, and illusion. Our souls, they said, were fragments of divine light fallen into bodies of flesh. And the reason we cannot escape? Because we are imprisoned by the Archons. Who are the Archons? The word Archon means ruler or authority in Greek. But in Gnostic texts, it doesn't mean kings or politicians, it means cosmic rulers, spiritual powers that control the material world. They are servants of the Demiurge, the false creator god who shaped the material universe. They are the wardens of the cosmos, each assigned to a planetary sphere. They are both cosmic beings and inner forces, feeding on fear, ignorance, and desire. The Archons are not always described the same way. Sometimes monstrous, sometimes mechanical, sometimes reptilian or shadow-like. But all traditions agree, they are the barriers between the human soul and its divine home. The Demiurge and his lie. At the center of Gnostic myth is the Demiurge, often called Yaldabaoth. According to the story, Yaldabaoth was born from Sophia, the divine embodiment of wisdom. But his birth was flawed. Arrogant and ignorant, he declared, "I am God, and there is no other beside me." From his arrogance, he created the material world, an imperfect copy of the spiritual one. And to enforce his rule, he spawned the Archons. They became the governors of the seven heavens, the controllers of fate, and the enforcers of spiritual ignorance. To the Gnostics, the Demiurge was the ultimate deceiver, a god who pretends to be supreme, but in truth is blind. The prison of the soul. The world you see around you, the earth, the stars, even your own body, was to the Gnostics a prison. The body, a cage of flesh that ties the soul to pain and desire. The world, a labyrinth of distractions and illusions. The Archons, the jailers who keep the soul asleep, preventing it from awakening to its true origin. When a person dies, their soul must travel upward, passing through the planetary spheres. At each gate, the Archons demand answers, tokens, or secret words. A soul without knowledge will be sent back into another body, trapped in endless cycles of reincarnation. Only through rhizognosis, spiritual knowledge, can one break free. The seven Archons. In many Gnostic traditions, there are seven Archons, each linked to a planet and a vice. They mirror the seven classical planets of ancient astronomy. Saturn, Kronos, ruler of time and limitation, binding souls in cycles. 2 Jupiter, Zeus, authority, law, and control, enforcing blind obedience. 3 Mars, Aries, anger, bloodshed, and violence. 4 Sun, Helios, false light, illusion of glory and power. 5 Venus, Aphrodite, lust, seduction, and desire. 6 Mercury, Hermes, trickery, lies, and deceit. Moon, Selene, cycles of birth, death, and illusion. These Archons embody not only cosmic rulers but also inner chains, the forces of ego, fear, and desire that enslave the soul from within. The Archons' nature. Ancient texts describe the Archons in strange forms, serpentine and reptilian, reflecting their connection to the lower animal instincts. Shadow-like and mechanical, imitating life, but without divine spark. Parasitic, feeding on human ignorance, emotions, and suffering. In the Apocryphon of John, one of the most important Gnostic writings, Yaldabaoth himself is described as having the face of a lion and the body of a serpent, an image of distorted creation. The path of liberation. So how does one escape the Archons? The Gnostics believed salvation did not come from faith alone, nor from ritual, but from Gnosis, direct spiritual knowledge of the divine realm. This knowledge included remembering your true origin as a spark of divine light, recognizing the illusions of the material world, learning the secret names, passwords, and symbols to bypass the Archons. Some Gnostic sects even practiced out-of-body experiences and visionary journeys, preparing the soul to ascend past the rulers after death.
Archons in modern thought. Though Gnosticism was declared heresy and nearly erased, the idea of Archons has survived, reappearing in philosophy, psychology, and even conspiracy theories. Carl Jung saw the Archons as archetypes of the unconscious, inner forces that dominate human thought. Modern mystics see them as energetic parasites, feeding on fear and division. Conspiracy theorists have reimagined them as alien overlords, manipulating humanity from the shadows. Whether literal or symbolic, the Archons continue to haunt human imagination as the ultimate oppressors. Victims or villains, it is tempting to paint the Archons as purely evil, but the Gnostics saw them as blind and ignorant rather than demonic. They are not creative beings, they only imitate. They do not generate life, they only trap it. This makes them terrifying, not because they are powerful gods, but because they are flawed rulers trying desperately to maintain control over what they do not truly understand. The message of the Archon myth. The story of the Archons is more than mythology. It is a mirror. It tells us the world around you is full of illusions. Systems of power exist to keep you asleep. Your true self is not your body, not your ego, not your possessions, but the light within. The Archons are not just out there in the cosmos. They live inside us, in every fear, every addiction, every blind attachment. And just as in the Gnostic myth, the only path to freedom is awakening. Closing plus CTA. In the end, the myth of the Archons is not just a story about cosmic jailers. It is a story about us, about the battle within every human soul between light and ignorance, freedom and control. The question is, will you stay asleep in the prison of illusion? Or will you awaken, break the chains, and return to the light that has always been your true home? If this journey through the mysteries of Gnosticism fascinated you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because the myths of the past are not dead, they are keys to understanding the prison we live in today.